The show's about to start.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight, Kai is in a horrible, shitty mood because nothing was going right today and everything decided to break right up until the start of the radio show. So, how's everyone else doing today?
Busy, tired, busy, whatever. Busy as hell.
You have to choose one, busy or tired. Which one?
Both. Both. It all runs in the same. Yeah.
I hear that. Well, completely unrelated, but tonight we're going to be talking about sexual fantasies. I don't know if you're too tired to talk about that, but that's what we're going to be discussing tonight. As you know, last week we were supposed to be talking about this, but Char unexpectedly brought her son on, and that would have been kind of creepy, nasty, disgusting. We should have tested it out, huh? Because it wasn't our children, so we should have tested it out. Have a sexual fantasy show with her son on.
He's 31, 32. So, you know,
I don't think he's been scarred enough.
You said what?
Yeah, he's scarred enough.
I said I think he's been scarred enough.
Yo, he living in a different world. I was like, man. I listened to the show. He was laughing about it. I was like, yo, he got a serious issue. He don't even know. Man.
You went back and listened to last week's show?
Yeah. I listened to the show. I was just like, man, and I listened to how he talked, and he was like laughing like it's like nothing, you know, I'm all good, you know, how I'm living. I'm like, Dad, you just don't know, man. When they hit that wall, you're going to hit the wall. You don't know nothing yet. It's just crazy.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, he ain't hit the wall yet. But he got a rude awakening, though. He's just going to be twisted for real.
Well, we do have, hi, Char. She just came on.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm exactly a minute and 20 seconds late.
You better get some. You better have some therapy money for your son. You know, therapy sessions money put away. You're gonna need it.
Wait, you said I'm waiting for him. What did you say, CJ? I'm waiting for him.
Sessions. What? You gotta have some therapy sessions money put aside.
Is he giving me therapy or am I giving him therapy? Because we both need it.
No. He needs it more than you, though. You need it too, but he needs it more than you.
Oh, okay. Well, hello.
Well, I have a message from one of our listeners listening. I guess they listened to the replay of this show on YouTube.
Right.
And they said, this actually came in, what's today, the 20th? So this actually came in yesterday. I just finished listening, and I say it all the time. Age has nothing to do with maturity. I feel like I was listening to one of my 12th graders, shaking my head. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah. Yeah, that was, if you haven't listened to the show last week we had Char's son on, and he was in a very interesting type of relationship. And you just got to, I can't give the story justice. You just got to listen to it. So go to our YouTube channel, www. Anyway, go to our YouTube channel, No Conduct Radio on YouTube, and you'll see the title of the show is My Man of 8 Years Cheated on Me, Crazy Relationship Stories. Click on that and listen to it, and you'll hear for yourself Char's son's stories. And in all 4 years of this show, we've never had a show go over. This was actually, a 2-hour show? So, yeah.
Yeah, it went over 30 minutes. Yeah, 30 minutes over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the first of all of history of No Conduct.
We still weren't done with him, but, we just had the show. So, yeah,
so much more material there. Yeah.
Man. So, what did your son have to say?
What did he have to say? He felt kind of silly about some of his responses. I guess, I don't know, he had smoked a lot of weed before the show, so I don't know if that's
Really?
an excuse, but
Really?
yeah, he smokes way too much. Yep. So I don't feel like he bespoke his, but he actually, you know what? He said it was a good outlet because he didn't realize some things about himself, even about his relationship too. But you know, you guys, I literally had to crack him over the head about that question. What was it like having me as a mom? You weren't asking what's it like, what was your mom like? You meant like me, because everybody knows I'm just out there, woo-hoo, crazy, fun, silly, just weird. And I was an entertainer his whole life. So that was more so the question, what was that like growing up with Char as your mom? He was like, you know what I told him? I said, am I your dog? I mean, were you a dog? He said, oh, well, she fed me and she clothed me, and I'm here. I guess I'm you know, I'm pretty good, or something like that. I said, what, were you a dog? I could not believe that was his answer, but you know what? People have to be themselves. He said he misunderstood the question. He thought it was just a general, what does a mother do for you kind of thing. You know, I don't know. But other than that, it was fun. Well, I mean, do you guys see where I'm coming from, though? Because he said, oh, that. Yeah, look. Say no. This is your brain.
Well,
this is your brain
I think the important thing was if he was able to reflect on his relationship and hear himself and start to understand, like, wow, what am I saying? That's the more important thing.
Yeah, I think it's a hot mess. He's not going to admit that, but he did admit that, again, he felt like the show pushed him in directions that if it wasn't for that, he would have just kept going along thinking this is all normal. All his decisions about that crazy whacked out relationship and arrangement they had is absolutely, he felt like it was normal until he heard several other people, you know, you guys, the host and listeners call in or, text in and respond. And he's like, wait a minute, other people view me this way. Is this what I'm doing? Maybe I am just whipped in the head and just not really thinking.
So
maybe I just need to step back.
He had a small intervention.
Right, that's really what it was. It was a great intervention because we went over the show. So I appreciate what you're saying, but I think it was a great intervention because, and the funny thing is, the timing was interesting. He had to fly back that night. So on the plane and that long flight back, he had a lot of time to think about his own strategy, about some decisions that he makes about life. And the other thing, too, guys, and Kai, is this okay to say this? I don't know why. He was extremely shy. Well, Kai and I kind of talked about this briefly after the show.
I'm laughing because you're asking if it's okay to say it, and then you just proceed to say it.
Well, okay. Well, let me just say, can I just proceed to say this thing about what we talked about him being shy and not really expressing what he really does? You know, he had you guys just kind of like, oh, okay, all right. So, you know, because Logic asked him a couple of questions. Oh, so who have you worked with? Anybody? He goes, oh, no one really, no big names or anything. He was
shy in the rap, right?
Well, I don't know. No, not when he's performing. He comes out, that's different. But what I'm saying, trust me, it's a whole, if you guys saw this video, you'll see what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to you is, if you're being asked who are you working with, he said to me, Ma, I don't want to toot my own horn. Nobody really cares to hear about names. It's just, you know, that's not important. So if they ask me anything like that, I'm just not going to say. But he just received a call the day before to work with a major producer who's already really really she's kind of managing him, but her friend is a major producer on a major show. And the point is that they want him to edit the entire show. And then, you know, Spike Lee calls him 3 times because he does such a great job working with him. This is recent in New York.
Well,
there's all
wait
kinds
a minute.
of people.
Wait.
So,
Char, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, as an artist, it's his prerogative whether or not he wants to speak about people he's developing something with. Because in show business, a lot of it is actual just relationships that you're building. So a lot of celebrities or people that are notable in some way don't like to have their names dropped if you're not under contract or whatever. Sometimes you can get in trouble for it. Like if you're helping people rewrite, for instance, something in a movie or a show, but you're not a part of the Screen Actors Guild, the guild can come after that person who you said you're working with, and they can have problems with the guild. So it's not your place to say, let me go and tell you who they're working with or whatever. If he's not, you know, comfortable doing that, it's not your place to do that. Now, if he gets signed and he gets under contract and he pays whatever dues he has to pay to whatever union in order to be able to work in that and not be blackballed or have a problem with producers in the future, then he can come out and say whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm working with this person or that person. Or
well,
whatever.
Logic, these are things, but these are projects that are already done. This is not something that works you can't talk about. They're already done. There's nothing to be secretive about.
Wait. You're not understanding. It depends on his relationship with these people. If it's not, on the level yet, if they're kind of like, listen, come over, we'll work on a couple of tracks or whatever, and they're like kind of grooming the guy. Then
no, it wasn't anything like that. No, it's nothing like. These are complete projects that are done. There's not. No. I hear what Logic's saying, but Logic is nothing like that. These are jobs that were done. These are people, because when you say who you're working with, that's what you meant. You said anyone we know or any big names or whatever. Yes, there's big names, and he's already done. So I don't. He just acts like I don't know why.
Sometimes it feels
that's
like I'm speaking English, but I guess it's
no.
not.
You're not. You're not because you didn't hear what I just said to you. You're giving me one scenario that does not connect with that. No.
That.
Logic, your scenario does not connect to the situation at all. I hear what you're saying, but when you asked the question, it was a very specific question that is asked by everyone that's being interviewed. That's a rapper, or artist, whatever. It's a normal question.
Okay,
who are you working with? Any big names? Anybody we know?
You just said Spike Lee. Do you know if Spike Lee gave him a contract to work on whatever?
He didn't need a contract. Listen, he did not need it. He's already worked for him 3 times because of who his connections are. They liked him so much they asked him to come back twice.
Need a contract?
He doesn't need. You keep forgetting I was in the business too. I'm the one that got him in the business.
Who doesn't need a contract?
So I totally no. You
real?
don't. No, you don't have to have a contract. No. That does not matter. That does not matter. Not in this case.
Listen to my question. So you're saying that Spike Lee is contacting your son to do a personal track for him just for his own personal amusement, or is it to do a project that's going to be released?
I said it was a project, but it does not require a contract. It's not that serious where it required a contract. None of the things I mentioned.
Did you not understand my question?
Yes.
Char, Char, focus on what I'm asking you. Char,
go ahead.
Focus on my question.
I heard you and I said no.
Okay, so it's not for Spike Lee's personal use. It's for something that's going to be released. You need a contract.
Contract for that.
No, you're not hearing what I'm saying. You do not. You didn't even ask me what the job was. You didn't even ask me what the job was.
Okay.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. I'm not talking about. Oh my God! It's not. Listen, I know what it is to do a film and all of that. I understand contracts. It's not that. All I'm saying to you is all the legalities have nothing to do with what I'm talking about because these are things that he can answer in any interview. He just feels like he doesn't want to toot his horn. What he said was, oh my God, there's so many different examples. This is just, I don't know why he just said no names or whatever. I don't know why he said that. It doesn't matter.
Huh? What did he do for Spike Lee that didn't need a contract?
It absolutely didn't need a contract. The first time he called him, it was for casting, to help with the entire casting. The second time, it was to do all the photography for all the testings. And then he called him back to do, like...
Okay.
So wait a minute. So, BJ, that's casting, directing, but he doesn't need a contract to work on a project with casting directing.
Right.
He doesn't need
that.
No, absolutely not. You know Well, if you know what casting directors you do, I've done it myself plenty of times. I didn't need a contract.
So basically,
and then also, if you're shooting and editing for the scenes too, you don't have to. You don't have to have a contract for that.
Did he do it for free?
No, he got paid. He got paid, but he didn't have to sign any kind of NDA.
So what he got paid for, that means he couldn't get no credit in the project. So he actually got underpaid, basically.
No, that's not true. That's not necessarily true. But sometimes when you're doing something on the sidelines like that,
question. With this project, did he get credit? Mm-hmm. Is he on the credits of the project?
You know what? I didn't ask him that because it's not completed yet. Anyway, I don't know. I don't even remember. This was last year and then 2 other times this year. I don't know. I didn't ask him on that.
I thought it was completed.
I don't know. All I know is that there is nothing like that he cannot. There's nothing that he cannot have spoke about when you asked him who are you working with, any big names or anyone we recognize. That's all I'm saying to you. You're actually taking this. You're taking this like way off the mountain.
To move up in this industry, and you are going to destroy it. Because you're running your mouth, someone may hear
That's not true.
and you're going to mess up an opportunity for him.
That is not true. That is not true.
It can happen.
That's not true because, once again, if he didn't want anyone to know about it, he wouldn't even have told me or his friends. okay, or people that are close to him. They all know. So they can go talk. So if that's the case, don't tell anybody.
Let me move this question over to BJ. BJ, and before you started moving up in what you're doing, there was obviously projects where you had to eat crow and do whatever you had to do to help people out, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So would it have been good for your career if you ran around the industry after that saying, I worked with this person and I did X, Y, and Z, even though you knew that you were under the table?
No, I wouldn't do that. No.
Yeah.
Under the table?
I mean, not on contract. It means you just like
Somebody
that person that
please. Do you think that BJ's not going to put that in his bio at some point? Give me a break. If he works with certain people, why would he not?
He can't do that. He gets his butt sued.
So
no,
that's like,
it depends.
why would I say?
That's ridiculous. It depends on what it is. You said
okay,
under the table.
Let me
This is not none of these projects are under the table.
Let me give you a very
I don't know why you're
real
running
scenario.
off the mountain with this. It doesn't make any sense.
Let me give you a very real scenario. If there's a producer that's paying a director to do a project, they give them a budget of X, Y, and Z. Then the guild, the Actors Guild, the Writers Guild, the Directors Guild are all going to be watching and making sure, and the grips and gaffers have their own union. So you have to make sure that you have union people working. However, if you're trying to sail under budget, you might get 2 or 3 guild members, and then you might pad the rest of the crew with non-guild members. You can't put that on paper because you will lose your standing in the Directors Guild. They'll fine you for that. And if you do it too many times, they'll kick you out of the Directors Guild. And once you're out of the Directors Guild, if you can't get back in, you're not getting projects because the entire movie and television industry is run by the union. So if you want a writer to come in to help you rewrite scenes, but you don't have the budget to pay guild levels of money to the writer, you'll get some other writer in there that's trying to get in the game, and you'll say, listen, you come in, I'll pay you $1,500 a day or whatever for you to help me rewrite these things, and you do good by me, and then my next project I'll bring you on under the guild.
Yep.
I mean, if he comes out and says, yeah, I worked with so-and-so and did this, the guild is going to say, oh, for real? What movie was this? Oh, I did rewrites for blah, blah, blah. Really? And then they'll go back and they'll start asking questions, and then once people say, I think I did see him around, now that director's in trouble. Now that director's in trouble, if he has a way to snake out of it, he's going to then look at that writer and say, never again. Every person I know, I'll tell them not to work with you because you're a snake and you bit me in the back. Never going to work with you again. You're done now.
Okay, well, that makes sense. But that is not a scenario. You guys are making such a big – this is ridiculous. We're talking about people that are calling, hey, I know your name from your videos. Can you just do this job for me? Fetty Wap's team called him last year to shoot a video at his mansion. Does he have to be under a contract for that?
That means he's a bad businessman.
It's ridiculous.
If he's doing that. He's a bad businessman.
He's doing what?
He's not trying. He's a bad business. He does bad business. If you don't want to build his brand and his name, whatever, he's going around doing his under-table deals. That's bad business for him. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so are you saying because he can't speak about these people because he's keeping a secret when he does interviews? That doesn't make any sense. That people ask you for a reason. Who are you working with? That's a simple question. All I'm saying to you guys is this. It was a simple question that Logic asked, and he chose not to answer because...
He said, indie artist. So I left it at that.
No, but that's not true. I just told you Fetty Wap is not an independent artist. He just didn't want to. He told me he didn't want to. No, he said that because, like I told Kai, doesn't make any sense to me why he chooses to pull back when he's doing an interview. But yet
he has a reason.
No, he doesn't. Well, you know what the reason is? You know what he told me? And I know this is true. Because he said, well, I don't want people to think like when, you guys, for example, or whoever's, because he's done, other interviews, but he said, I don't want you guys to think that I'm tooting my own horn, and I don't want to seem like I'm bragging or anything because people really don't care.
It's more than that.
He said that's why. That was the only, that's the only reason why.
Trust me. He told you that, but it's more, he told you that.
No. That's it. That's it. He's always been like this.
No,
that's not true. That is not true. That is not true. They didn't tell him that. It wasn't. If it was some major project if it was a major project and he had a big position. Okay, for example, what else did I just tell you guys? I just said 2 days before we even did the interview with him, he got a call for a major network show to edit it. Did I say the name of the show? Of course I'm not. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to say the name of the show. Do you see what I'm saying? There's certain things you don't say at certain times in the industry.
It's a reason why he's not.
No,
he's
not going to put that out there because it hasn't. That's something that's barely in the works. You just got the call, decided I'll do it or not do it.
The other stuff.
No, that's not true. It's only because he's shy. I don't know why he pulls back.
It got to do with no shy. It's no
shy.
Didn't
make any sense
shy.
to me. Yes,
okay.
it is.
Let me
jump in.
When it comes
to he feels he doesn't want to brag. He always feels like he's bragging too much.
Let me jump in here.
Or like he's not the kind of person.
Char, let me jump in here. Both of you have good points. Maybe Char, you know your son better than us, but BJ has a good point about the entertainment industry as well. However, it's his decision. He's a 30-some-odd-year-old man. You're his mother, yeah, but he's a grown man. If he didn't want to tell us his business, then that was his business. You don't come in and now start, well, he did this and he did this. He didn't want to tell us. He didn't want to tell the world. That's his prerogative. Let him be, okay? I could understand if he was like 5 or maybe even 15, then you can jump in and save the day, but he's a grown-ass man. So he didn't want to tell us his business, so that's the end of that. He told us exactly what he wanted to tell us, and maybe it's because it went in light with the show. So, we're good?
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. Logic went horribly, horribly quiet. Logic, are you there? Logic flew out. I think you.
No.
I think you drove him
here.
to drinking.
Well, you know what? Can I just
after a while, I just kind of shut my head off. I can't.
Okay, my thing is you don't know, but my thing is you don't know who knows who. But Kai, the whole point of being an entertainer, is to get your name out there. And so my son does not know who's listening to the show. He doesn't know who Logic knows.
Where's he living now?
And our listeners know. You don't know who can help you, even help it.
Again, Char. That's his prerogative. You don't run in and save him. He's a grown man. He will learn from his mistakes, and he will make his own accomplishments.
Okay. But do you see my point of what I'm saying? That's the time. That's not the time.
I understand.
When you're doing an interview.
Char, everyone can see that you want your baby to shine.
But you have to sit down and let them make their decisions.
Okay.
I would be more angry that he's being played by a what's a nice word? By a broad, as Logic likes to say, than the fact that he didn't mention how famous he supposedly is. I'd be more angry at that fact.
Well, I'm not saying famous. I'm just saying he's withholding so much of what he actually does.
I'm just saying, I would be more angry that he's wasting his time with this girl and money and whatever else than who he mentioned or did not mention. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I agree with that.
So,
I mean, because that's not going to change anything.
His update is he's heard how he sounded on the show. Is he now going to do something about it, or is he going to stay a complacent pawn in her game of life?
Damn.
He's gonna stay as a pawn. He's gonna stay as a pawn for a while. But let me tell you this: he was concerned now about how many people probably listen to the show. So now he's like, oh my gosh, well, what if somebody does listen to the show that knows her, and then they're gonna tell her how I really feel about how I'm on to her, and I know what she's doing, and what difference does that make?
Oh my God, yeah.
Now he's acting like he's afraid for her to hear it.
No.
His real feelings about everything, like he's just said so much.
I don't want to go
he doesn't
on
regret
thinking
anything,
that
though.
it's about her thoughts. I would like to think that he heard himself and was like, oh man, I'm being a sucker. Not today, baby.
Right.
And then he's going to go home and shut it down and move on with his life. Not that he's worried about her hearing and being upset. Right. I don't want to believe that.
Okay.
I'd rather believe something else.
Okay.
Logic.
But it's possible
Logic.
that she could hear it, and
Logic. You and
this is just
know
what he
what's
said
happening.
to me. That's what he said to me. I don't see that as the biggest threat, but that's what he said to me.
You are a liar, Char.
We completed the show.
You are a liar.
I'm not lying about that.
He heard how he sounded, and he wants to stand up and take charge of his life. That's what's happening. Okay?
Well, I
It's
hope
not about
so.
her.
I mean, well, Kai just asked what the update was, and I was telling you the truth. He said, well, Mom, what if people do hear the show? What if, they people that know her do hear the show? I said, well, what are you concerned about? Well, you didn't say anything that wasn't true. He goes, yeah, but I don't want her to know that I feel like that, and she doesn't know that I'm on to her with what she's doing, and
this
this
is
guy
the
and
same
all this
question
kind of stuff.
I presented to him. My question is, if he's so hard up that he doesn't care, or I don't care what she did, why does he care what she heard or what she didn't hear?
Because I told you, DJ told you, he's in love. We already told you what it is. He can talk whatever you want to talk. He has a rap persona, so he has to say certain things and act so. It's just like Jay-Z. If you really strip back all of the layers of Jay-Z and Kanye West, they're immature and insecure guys, which is the reason why they act the way they do. So, if you're really a pimp or a Mac and you're used to getting broads, there's certain things you're not going to do in life. You certainly wouldn't be putting money in a girl's account so that she can give you oral sex whenever she's in town, i.e. superhead. If you're used to getting chicks, you would never pay for sex ever in any way. But all of these rappers are not what they say they are.
Right.
And he's another one.
Wow. Well, I mean, that's true. I know all about Superhead. I just watched that whole movie the other day. My God, that's another story. But incidentally, did any of you have a chance to check out any of the video links?
I don't know.
No, Superhead.
That was a book. That was a book about it.
No.
Yeah.
No, there's a movie. No, listen, you guys. There's a documentary. Excuse me. It's a documentary, but it's very detailed.
Documentary about
it's a documentary. It's called. No, listen. It's called. No, I'm serious. She has an entire. She has this the book with all these names. So she has story after story, and a lot of the rappers came on and spoke and said what they really felt about her, and it's called Tail or something T-I-L something piece of I forgot. Gosh, it was good though. It was really good. I can actually post if anyone wants to see it. But incidentally, did anyone? No, it was a good documentary. I'm saying that it was very interesting. I mean, it's sad actually. It was sad how her life was. I'm getting off the subject, but incidentally, did anyone on our staff and our panel have an opportunity or interest in linking in to check out some of the videos that Cuddy did, has produced, or that even one that he's done himself as a rapper? Did anyone have a chance to do that?
I don't
over the last week?
Did you send me the link?
I got to look at one, but it kept loading. It didn't open up.
You're kidding. Oh, wow, that's so odd. Yeah, so Kai, I put it in our
you did.
Our
you
page.
Sure did. What I did was I shared his
but
Instagram, and he didn't have much on his Instagram. But after that, I've been busy all week, so I didn't get to anything else.
Oh, okay, that's fine. He's on Snapchat a lot. Yeah, Facebook. Okay, I'm good.
Oh, okay. So I kind of want to segue from Superhead, which I read the book, but I can't segue into our main topic yet.
She has a part 2.
Oh
my God! You gave that
more
money,
Isn't she old now?
No, listen, she has a part 2 book. That's what I was going to tell you guys. She has a part 2, not just that one. You have to get the second book.
That's sad. That's completely sad. And imagine, they're going to grow up and read that crap.
It is incredible to me how women constantly support whores. Like, it's unbelievable to me. Like, they buy her book, and they actually want to sit down and listen to what? A hoe talk about being a hoe? Like, what? Imagine if you were one of these guys' wives, and you found out that the mistress that was sucking off your husband and getting hundreds of thousands of your money that was being deposited in her account. Now she drops a book, and all of these chicks out here want to hear what the whore has to say.
Mhm.
That's crazy to me. I could care less what a hoe got to talk about. Let me tell you about how I'm a hoe, and who cares, hoe? Shut up.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
This was back when it first came out, so I was, 20-something? And I was just interested to see who in the music industry
was the guy. Who was the guy?
I guess
right?
a whore. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. And again, I was young, so it wasn't really I was interested in a whore. She actually sickened me. I was just interested in the gossip, really. But, so before we get into our fetishes and fantasies, I have a question for y'all. So you have 3 options. and you have 3 doors to go through, and I want to know which door would you go through. So door number 1, you'll find your soulmate. Door number 2, you'll get $70 million. And door number 3, you'll have access to a time machine. Which door would you go through?
Time machine.
Logic?
That's a good question.
Time machine.
Char?
Absolutely the time machine.
Y'all are all retarded. I'm going for the freaking $70 million.
Wow, you can get that back in the time machine. You can make that when you go back in the time machine and fix all those wrong mistakes you made.
Because you can fix your mistakes.
Just like people,
that's what I was thinking.
Just like people in horror movies.
Start over.
Have y'all learned nothing?
I won't get married.
Movies?
Horror movies. What do they got to do with
DJs.
Won't get married.
Have y'all learned nothing? You just because you go back in time does not mean you're going to change everything to be just right. So you're the one who's rich. You might mess up the future and come back and be homeless.
Well, as long as I
yeah, but
according to movies.
I'll take my chances. I want to go back.
Marty McFly taught us that everything is possible when it comes to time travel.
Well, I'm saying you could have killed just that one mosquito that was set out there to, I don't know, bite the right person, to drop the right. Anything could mess up the timeline. I'm not
choosing. They get Lyme disease and they die.
I'm not choosing that. That's too much pressure, too much responsibility. You keep having to go back and fix stuff.
I'm
just going to take my $70 million.
You're going for the easy fix. You know what I mean? You're just like, just give me the money.
You don't know
just give me the money.
You might mess up with the time machine. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what about your money? Getting that much money at once could have messed you up in other ways that you weren't prepared for. We don't know We don't know that you can't make $70 million. You know, and if you were able to start over and make different decisions.
You don't know how you're getting that 70. That 70 mil could be coming from a drug dealer that's going to be hunting you down.
Who's after you. They're going to go kill you.
Or it could be coming, or it could come from like a lottery where everyone will know that you've got 70 mil and then your life is turned upside down now. Every person in your life is going to come to you.
Well, it's the same as the time machine. People could know you have the time machine and then everybody keeps coming after you.
In the time machine, you could be very subtle with your movements. You could, make sure that you set aside certain thousands of dollars ahead of time before, say, Yahoo goes public. You can get
because you already know to do that. You already know what's going to happen.
You can invest in Apple. You can go out. You can go find Zuckerberg and invest in Facebook. Then you can, find all. You can be well over $70 million as long as your moves are subtle and precise, and you know what kind of a way that you need to set it up. And as BJ pointed out, you can avoid certain people in your life that cause nothing but destruction.
That's very true. So like BJ said, he just wouldn't get married. He would go back and just do that over. Like, okay, I'm just not going to do this now.
Whatever it may be.
If I see what the outcome was.
It could be a friend that you met, and you thought, all right, me and this person is going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. And then this friend later on stole a bunch of money from you or caused a bunch of turmoil that you really got nothing out of meeting this person except more strife. And it's just like, ugh, I could have done without this.
Or if you have to win the lottery, Kai, or if you really want the $70 million, you'll know what the winning numbers are time and time again throughout life, throughout history. So you know to go back to that time. Oh, the winning numbers were 2857364. Okay, I just won.
If somebody told me,
if you really wanted to do that,
if somebody told me that next Friday I'm going to be able to travel back as far as I want, I would do all kind of research, figure out all of the companies that started what time, when, and as she just said, lottery numbers, teams that won this and won that and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, if you put money on the Eagles to win the Super Bowl in the beginning of the season, you will get mad money because no one would have expected that to happen. So, there's a lot of things you could do to guap up.
Yeah, I still take the $70 million.
You have more control, I think. Kai's like, just give me the money because I know I can invest it and invest it and make even more money.
I hear what y'all are saying, but I still don't think y'all will have enough control that is going to come out completely in your favor. So I'll just take the money. I'll take my chances.
Well, it may not, but everything may not come out in your perfect favor. But imagine how many obstacles you can avoid in life, and how much smoother things can be because you know which decisions to make. Oh my gosh! I mean, you're the fixer now. You're your own fixer. This is just perfect. Even some people want to have the body they had maybe 10 years ago. Okay, there you go.
Have a what?
Well,
the body.
I
mean, people that are 500 pounds remember when they were younger.
I would want to go back and fix it to where I don't meet my ex-husband, but then I'd remember that I had a daughter, so that'll mess me up. So I can't just be without my kid. So that'll mess me up. Like, you know, I'll go back and, you know, be like, I have to.
Emotional, female emotional.
Yeah.
Emotional.
Yeah. Emotional
well, the fact that she already knows about her and has her, it makes it hard to give her back.
Yeah.
If your kids just disappeared, you wouldn't feel bad about it? They're just gone. You knew you had kids, but they're no longer. Wow.
Like all of them.
Because you know why? Because I've been there. I know how it was. Hey, you knew that already, so I'll go back and have no kids.
Yeah, but you remember your children.
It's called memory.
You will remember them.
Yes, you will. Because you're going back in time. You're gonna. You have to remember what changed.
That's okay. That's okay. I still have love for him. I remember him saying, "Yeah, it was nice in that life."
So BJ's like, I know the feeling. I can do it all over again with somebody else if I really wanted a kid that bad again.
Wow.
Yeah, he knows down memory lane.
He can skip the changing Pampers, right?
Try your best to have some more while you're $4 billion deep.
Exactly.
Get out of my face, buddy. Yeah, and then you're like, you know what? This is kind of like the daughter I had. Close enough.
Right. That's close enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very crazy.
No,
that's true. That's
exactly
what I was thinking, Logic. Mhm.
I said I won't have no kids.
I couldn't do that. I would actually probably slowly go crazy.
So let me wait. Okay, all right. Wait a minute now. So if you were able to follow a very precise plan, and you got in on the ground level of Google, Facebook, Yahoo, YouTube, and all of these other, and you got about $700 billion. You're living filthy. You're going to tell me that life of privilege is going to be completely squandered because you remember what your daughter looked like?
Yes. Yes, I would rather have my kid than have money. If somebody came through my door right now, was like,
upset.
Well, I'm just saying, if somebody came through my door right now and was like $70 million and give me the kids, I'm not doing it. So, you know,
No. You're saying give me the kids.
I don't
We're
care.
saying
I understand
go
the
back
scenario
in time.
you're telling me, but if I still remember her, no, I don't want it. No.
You a sucker.
Well, you know what? With your $70 million, you could pay someone to wipe your memory out for blocks out certain years or certain times of your life, so you won't feel guilty. And you
how are we getting that from? What kind of futuristic life are we talking about now?
We don't have to go into science fiction, but you can get a very good relationship with the man of your dreams and have new kids and I remember this one kid, but obviously.
No, I guess Logic, I'm not even taking it from you because you don't have any kids, so you're talking out your ass right now. BJ, I'm surprised at you.
What are you talking about? I got a dog that I care about.
Because you don't know the emotion it is to have a child, so you're really talking out of your ass. You have in certain aspects you can't talk about it at all. You do not know even an iota of the emotions having a child.
I loved walking Pony Boy and giving him a milk bone and playing with my dog.
Oh, is that his name, Logic? Oh, Pony Boy.
What's that?
Is that your dog's name?
That's your freaking dog.
That was his name.
Are you comparing your dog to a child?
I would take $750 billion in a heartbeat.
Oh my God! It's a dog. I would do the same over my cat.
Did your dog die, Logic? He's no longer with us, Pony Boy?
Good Lord, yes, woman. Was.
Well, how am I supposed to know?
Look at that, Char. Did you see the emotion that came over him? Did your dog? Oh my God!
Yes, that's why I was asking. I could feel it. If I could hold you to the phone, I would. Right.
What?
Dick.
Well, you got a little teared up over Pony Boy. That's why I had to kind of dig deeper with that question.
He got emotional.
Yeah. Pony Boy is comparable to a child, so.
Anyways, I'll take my $70 million.
I cared about my
I'll
dog,
take my
but
$70
again,
million
if I had the ability to correct the mistakes that I've made in my life, I'm taking that. Sorry. Go ahead and
that's right.
No, I think because if I correct the mistakes that I made, which I would love to, but if I correct the mistakes that I made, I wouldn't be the same person. If I didn't go through the hard roads that I went through.
Oh, God.
Come on.
No, seriously.
I know
y'all. No, hold up. I'm saying this for myself.
You remember. We're saying that you remember everything you're.
And I'm not even talking about my daughter. I'm talking about everything that happened in my life. I wouldn't be this person.
No.
Personality.
No. Wait a minute. We're not saying that you go back in time and your memory is just wiped out because you'll just probably live the same life again because you don't know the decisions that you've made that were wrong and the missteps. We're talking about you're going to remember everything in this life here.
Yeah.
And you're just going to go back in the past and correct certain things
then
and get your
I
Marty
would go
McFly
and fix
on.
everything, but I would still have to go down the same path as and have my kids. So
what?
Ugh.
Okay, well, you have to make a choice because you can't do both, Kai. But with this time machine,
I would fix everything else
you
except
can't
that.
undo it.
I would just have to deal and endure with that till I got my kids, and then because I wouldn't be able to lose her. It's just not happening. I really don't care what y'all think. I wouldn't be able to lose her.
Okay.
So.
Well, I know that she must know how loved she is. She has to, I'm sure.
She better. I'll punch her in
wonderful.
her head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, until the day she comes. Until the day she comes home and tells you that she's in love, and you just don't understand.
Yeah, it's coming.
No, Kai needs a time machine that would fast forward to 20 years to see what happens later when her daughter comes out. And gets past all this raising part.
It'll be some guy.
Let's see how many gray hairs you have when you're 40.
It'll be some guy that's
Hopefully
clearly just after the draws, and he cares about me, and we have a connection. You just don't get it.
He said I was amazing. I'm the most amazing woman he's ever met in his life. No one else.
And you talk to him, and he's just like, I care about her, but we figure out.
What's your name? What's your last name again?
Well,
What's your name again?
What's your plans with my daughter? Well, I just don't believe in titles and
Because it is what it is. It is what it is.
You sit down there and take that? You think
what did he say? You feel me?
Hey, listen,
you think
you said this is what you want.
Listen to me, y'all. You think
look
Char's
forward
a
to
helicopter mom? I will run that bastard out. You hear me?
And then
he
guess
probably
what?
won't
When
be able to see it, but I will run
she's
him out.
She's going to be going out the back window and jumping in his car.
Run away.
No, she ain't crazy. She ain't going nowhere. Anyways, I have a whole 10 years to think about that and to deal with that.
That ain't here yet.
Yeah. Anyways, we have years and years before that comes, so I don't want to talk about it.
I know you don't.
You better talk to BJ.
Anyways, on to our show. So we're talking sexual fantasies, sexual fetishes. First question: do you think fantasies and fetishes are the same thing, or do you think they're completely different?
Fetish is a behavior thing, and the fantasy is, that's what you want. The fetish is like a behavioral thing. You want to keep doing it and doing it. You can't stop it. You just like it. Fantasy, you want to do it like one time, a couple of times, and it's done. There's a difference.
Okay. You said it's done. You can't do it again, DJ? That's it?
Yeah, I think a fetish, the way I see a fetish is it's something that you find attractive or something like that, or whatever, or is a kink of some sort, But a fantasy to me is more like either a lifestyle, not a lifestyle, but a scenario, or like a certain thing that you have built up in your mind, but you know what I mean? You don't live it every day. To me, that's what a fantasy is. Like a fetish is something that you can actually live every day. Like if somebody has a fetish of
like feet worship. Feet worship, you could be on feet worship websites every day if you wanted to. And then eventually that's what you're always asking for in a relationship. Something like that.
Yeah, or leather and stuff like that. Yeah, whatever. You could actually, once you get in the house, like your house can be made to be that. But a fantasy may be, I want to do it in a field under the stars. Like that's a fantasy. That's something that you've always wanted.
Oh, that's sweet.
Like on an island or something like that.
What? What?
I'm not trying to wow you here. I'm just giving you examples.
She said that's weak. Yo, you said
that's weak.
That could happen on a Tuesday like that. That's
My
your fantasy.
is being chased by werewolves while I'm banging on a getaway car. What? Whoa. Werewolves?
Well, I'm just saying, if a fantasy should be something that's like hard to come by. But you're talking about on the field and stars.
Yeah.
That's
No.
Like,
it's hard to come by.
You're acting out your erotic creative desires. These are creative desires that you're acting out.
Well, what do you think hard to come
by
in a fantasy wise? What's hard to come by? What do you think?
I don't know. Like I don't know. It's not easy to have a threesome, for instance. You can't just go out there and say,
yes, it is.
I want a threesome.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Kai, that's not true.
That.
It's quite easy these days, hence Tinder, okay? I mean, it's very easy
well,
in our dating time.
Okay. Let me rephrase that.
If you want them to be attractive people that you don't have to pay for, it's not a simple thing to just be like,
well,
hey.
I was going to say, Logic, let me rephrase that. For people picky such as myself, it's not easy to get a threesome because I'm worried about STDs.
That might be so.
I'm worried about a lot of stuff. I'm worried about STDs and then how good you look and then your hygiene and then...
You got to be over 6'2", right? Yeah, be over 6'2".
Preferably have an Irish accent.
Black curly hair, Irish accent, green eyes.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. You have to look good, so I'm not going to do...
Yeah, you're right. You have to pay someone.
You
have to pay big time.
It's going to be two black Irishmen who are mixed with Indonesian banging her back out.
He's going to have to pay big time for these perfect fantasies.
Damn.
I mean,
yeah,
I hope you have good credit. Put that on your charge card.
Wow. Well, for me, I guess a threesome would be hard to come by because I'm uber picky. But I guess everybody else is not. It's not hard to come by, I guess. Oh. But just saying I want to do it on the beach, like frick, drive to the beach and do it. Like that's not hard at all.
Yeah, but
I want to do it under the stars.
Let's say you have somebody, for instance, from the hood or from deep in the Appalachian Mountains where they've never seen the beach, they've never experienced a coast. So in their mind, they're building a beach.
We do have planes in this modern time. Get on a plane, go to the beach.
I just said someone from the hood or someone deep in the Appalachian Mountains, they don't have the ability to just grab a plane ticket. I'm just going to go see a beach. And I'll see my coal mining job later. Or do goodbye. No. You have people in Philly that's never gone to the beach, and Jersey is right across the bridge.
Right.
That's crazy.
They don't have the money.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't have the money to drive?
No, they don't have a car. You think SEPTA runs out to Cape May? Can you imagine? Can you imagine what the transfer fees are to get out to the shore?
Take a Uber.
Yeah. Listen, Uber will show up, but you better have $150 in your PayPal.
Yeah,
exactly.
Damn.
Well, I'm just.
Don't ask for the Uber Black.
I don't know how you could live so close to the beach. I understand they might not have cars, but they have friends, right? Like, maybe friends are going to the beach, or
basically,
let me explain this. Let me explain this for you and other people that don't understand what it's like to be broke. When you grow up poor, you typically have poor people in your family, and all your friends are poor because that's the only people you have access to is other poor people. So when you're a bunch of poor people, you don't have the option. If someone has a car, usually that car has a mechanical problem. There's some kind of light on the dash that never goes off, and they don't have the money to fix it until it breaks down. That's what it is to be completely destitute. You know, I got enough just to make it to Wednesday, and we're going to have to struggle until payday on Friday. That's poor. So, yeah, taking a trip to the beach is a luxury.
I think we're going to have
Having
another show on that because I have so many questions and so many statements. And I know people are going to think that I sound like a spoiled little white girl right now. So we're going to do that on a different show.
Too late.
Shut up. Anyways, I still think something that easy, in my opinion, shouldn't be a fantasy. But like you said, it's not me. I mean, because you can do it in a pool.
BJ, let me tell you what this girl said when she came up to the continental U.S. She said, I just don't understand why your beaches don't have clear water. I mean, back in St. Thomas, you know, you can look in the water, and I had to tell her, I said, that's an island. You're on a continental shelf. The water is different.
Like, honestly, I don't swim in y'all's beaches. Like, it's freaking disgusting. I might put my feet in there maybe, but y'all's beaches are that disgusting.
Because you have crystal clear waters that you can look straight through down the coral reefs and wow, life must be wonderful.
I don't understand. Like, I seriously don't understand how y'all get it. Like, it smells nasty, and you can see like stuff on top and oily film and.
Not all the beaches. All beaches you going to?
No, I don't.
Was there
Jersey Beach is black. Houston Beach is black. I'm not stepping. Even Florida was nasty. I'm not stepping foot in y'all's beaches. It's just disgusting.
Again,
no, Florida does
said,
have some beautiful, pristine, sandy beaches. They really do.
Shelf.
No,
it really
doesn't.
The Caribbean.
Yeah, Caribbean.
It's going to look different.
Yeah.
I understand that. So if you know that, then how can you then look at me like I'm a snob? This is what I grew up with. This is what I'm used to.
Because of the fact that you're not able to make that shift in your mind, like these are completely different waters off of a completely different type of body of land, so I should not expect it to look the same. You know, it's not like we go and tease the islands because you don't have rivers. You know what I mean? We have rivers. We're a continental shelf, but you don't. You know, we're not going to go, oh, man. You don't even have rivers, so this is ridiculous. It's a different type of landmass. So, yes, if you want clear turquoise waters, you're going to have to go to the Caribbean, or you're going to have to go to the Polynesian Islands, or you're going to go to Maldives, or that whole Asian, you know, South China Sea area. You're going to have to do that. If that's the type of atolls and lagoons and that kind of stuff, if you want that kind of experience. But off of any continental shelf, you're not going to get clear water. I don't care if you go to France or Africa. It's all going to be that murky, churned up water because it's a huge mass that is not filtered by reefs or anything like that. So you have to expect it to look different. There's a lot of storms at sea. So that's why the northern Atlantic Ocean, i.e. Jersey, Delaware area, is constantly, you know, like murky looking because it's always storms going on out there just churning up
on the bottom of the
What do you expect? I don't understand what you expect. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, okay. So we basically determined that fantasies and fetishes are different things. And fetishes are more behaviors. Fantasy is more something that you would like to do, no matter how big or small you would like to do. No pun intended. So I'm going to go around the panel, and you're going to name your fantasy and your fetish. Who wants to go first? We'll start with Char. Thanks for volunteering. So, Char, what is your fantasy?
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. I've already done the beach thing a couple of times, so that's not going to work. I don't know.
The what?
And I do a whole lot of
the
beach. Yeah, I've done that more than a few times. But, but the thing is, like, for me, I dress up in different characters. I'm trying to think if I can think outside of that. And, you know, I told you guys I have scripts
ruin
and themes,
it. You have
changes.
Scripts and all kind of crap. You ruined the crap.
Yeah, but this is all being taped, like it's being videoed.
Dude comes home.
Yeah.
Char turned around startled. Hello.
Do you guys remember me telling you? Do you guys remember me telling you I pretended that I was at the wrong house?
Aroused.
So.
You.
I mean, no. Maybe I need some help with pushing myself outside of having to have the props and the costumes and the scenarios. Like I'm lost. Knocking at the door, wearing something really that I have no business outside wearing, and I walk in and I'm like, "Can I use your cell phone, sir?" And he goes, "Yeah." The next thing you know, he handcuffs me, and then So my thing is, I don't know, outside of those kind of fantasies, I don't know, and I've already done it at the beach, so I don't know. But fetish, you said fetish, right? I don't have a fetish, though. I don't really have a fetish. Just be creative with me.
Why do women have a fantasy with rape? Like, what is that about?
That's crazy. I don't understand that.
So logic said what rape, huh? I didn't even think of that. You're right.
They definitely do.
Lack of control and the man is in control.
I do.
But see, I don't have to have that fantasy. I just say what I like, and that's what I like. So I don't have a fantasy about rape. Just either you're in control or we're not doing it.
It's the control, the unexpected submissiveness. It's totally the unexpected. It's the submissiveness. It's the, like you said, the control thing. So it's a lot of things like that. I think is why women do have fantasies like that. But honestly, if you're acting it out with someone that you trust and obviously cares and loves you about you, then it's actually really it's stimulating. It's fun because you're not Char, you're not Char or Logic or BJ at that time.
I just let it be known that this is what I want. I want a man who's in charge, and that's the end of the story. If you can't be that man, then we can't even get to the point where we're having sex.
Well, you're talking about a personality. No, you're talking about a characteristic of a personality.
Your personality and your characteristic then is portrayed in sex, and that's just how it is. If you are a man who takes charge, then that's how you're going to be in your sexual life as well.
Okay, but Kai, that's outside of a rape fantasy. You don't have to have one of those rape fantasies. We're talking about, are you really here to say there's not anything that you want to do with your man that is maybe considered outside of the norm, or even for either of you outside the norm?
I wasn't
your house, out your house.
I was commenting on the rape fantasy thing.
Oh, okay.
So you said, so we'll
checking.
finish you. So you said you don't have a fetish then?
I don't think so. Because I just be open and creative. I don't like men who can't be open and creative sexually. If they just shut down or I won't do this, unless it makes you really uncomfortable, we both should be fair and be comfortable. But some guys are just like, missionary position, that's it. You know what I mean? And they don't want to do anything more creatively to keep things interesting. Well, believe it or not, yeah. There's people that, they're tired, they work, whatever they do, but you got to step outside of your norm sometimes to keep things, relationship alive anyway. Otherwise, you don't want that person to be bored with you. People cheat for different reasons, but that could be one of them.
You know what else you could use to step outside of your sexual box and keep it, interested? You can go to our sponsor, Too Timid. Go to Too Timid for your sexual fantasy needs. Don't forget that they give free giveaways every month. So if you want some free sex stuff, go to Too Timid. You can actually look in our description of our show when we put this on YouTube or on our Blog Talk Radio, and our link is right there where you can visit Too Timid and get free monthly giveaways. And be like Char. Go outside of your sexual box. But don't
free
be like
monthly
Char.
giveaways.
That's
a steal. What's the name of that website again?
Too. Too Timid.
I'm glad you asked, Logic. The name of that website is Too Timid. You can go in our description and find our link. Go over to Too Timid. Tell them No Conduct Radio sent you. What do you have to lose except your inhibitions? Too Timid.
And they have handcuffs, everyone. If you want to repeat my fantasy on your own,
Good Lord, Char. Yeah, we heard handcuffs.
They have whips. No, they have whips. They have leather whips. Okay, I did check out the site. It's a great site. There's a lot on there.
Listen, here's a more important question. Do they have ball gags? Do they have that?
They have ball gags. Kai, they do have ball gags.
Are you shopping for a birthday present for Char, Logic?
Oh,
for Christmas.
I'm planning for that Vegas trip already.
Oh, my God. All right, BJ, what's your fantasy? What's your fetish?
I got a lot of fantasies. I give you one that's not so crazy. Let's see. I would like to take a woman.
We want a crazy one. Crazy.
Hold on. Screw that. I want the crazy one.
That's what I say. Give us crazy. Come on, BJ.
Am I talking? All right.
Oh, he's talking, Kai.
Let's get this. All right, one of them is like take a woman up on a penthouse balcony, buck naked, rush hour, traffic, and just slamming her. That's one.
Voyeurism. That's voyeurism. That's one. Okay.
Okay. Fetish. One of them is fetish. I like a woman with manicured, perfect feet with nice heels on. Bam. That's one of them.
Wait, what is it? You like manicured?
Does it have to be a certain color?
I like a woman with manicured feet, perfect, manicured feet. Take care of her feet with nice high heel shoes on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do those heels have to be a certain color? Red?
No, it can be no color. It's got to be no color.
And
does it have to be stilettos?
Oh God, nice heels. It could be stilettos. It could be pumps.
You have to be specific.
Why? What do you mean no heels? Is she wearing house shoes? Is she wearing house slippers?
Did you have her house shoe heels, Char?
No, he just said I thought he said no heels. I thought he said no heels. I'm like,
he said heels. Nice
high heel house shoes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Okay, gotcha.
That's the Vegas thing.
Okay, Logic, your turn. Fantasy and fetish.
Fetish. I don't know. My fetish is, tying up.
Uh-oh. Another rape fantasy. He's on the other end of it.
No. Not rape, but, yeah, tying up, I guess you would call it, what is it, dominant and submissive? Yeah.
Okay.
That's my thing.
Domination and submissive.
Yeah, but fantasy, I'm pretty spontaneous, so there's not a lot. Well, you know what? I haven't done this. I would like to go to an island, like with those overwater bungalows and stuff like that. I haven't been able to do that yet. But that's just out of geography. I haven't had the access to that kind of scenario. Fantasy. I don't know.
Logic gets everything out, so he has no fantasies.
Yeah, I guess I do. I don't know, because everything that I've wanted to try, I've done. So, yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So we have a question from a listener, but let me do mine, and then we'll do the question from the listener. So, fetish. I don't really think I have a fetish. I guess rough. Is that a fetish?
Dominant and submissive, yeah.
Actually, it is.
Okay, well then, yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
Rough then, and then fantasy. Oh my God! I hope my mom's not listening. Fantasy.
Really?
Is 2 guys, 1 girl.
Threesome.
Right? Threesome.
Yeah, but particular. I don't want a girl involved.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's mine. So the question from our listener is, for the panel, where's the craziest place you've ever had sex in?
Oh, I can say under a church pew.
Good God!
And I think I was 17. I was 16 or 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was crazy.
How did you do that?
Under church pew. I think how I do it. Under the seat.
Was the church empty?
It was up downstairs. Yeah, I was upstairs. Yeah, it was kind of empty upstairs. Yeah, but it was nobody, as far as preaching like that. It was just, yeah. Mhm. That was.
Wow.
I was thinking that's crazy. That's first thing came to my mind. That's cool. Yep.
And you didn't feel bad about it?
No, as a teenager, get it when you can get it. You wanted it. So.
Wow.
But okay, this isn't doing service, was it? By any chance?
I just said it wasn't doing service. Didn't I just say that?
Oh, I couldn't hear you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
Char?
Just sometimes I don't hear. Well, I told you guys
Did you
about
say
the
I'm
beach
here?
a couple of times, but no, I'm saying I can't hear sometimes. That's what I said.
Oh.
I missed what he was saying. Yeah, sorry about that. But no, you guys already heard me say on the beach, right? Well, one time it was on the beach in the middle of a hurricane, and so that was crazy.
What?
I mean, in the middle of the hurricane,
Yeah,
literally, we're on
crazy.
the sand.
That's
And
crazy.
I thought, am I gonna? And you know, the lightning could strike. Whatever's gonna happen, things are blowing around. I didn't even believe I was really doing that. But
You
it
must have
started
gone
out
for
like,
real.
you know, yeah. But it was the weather was. We were scared to even stop because he felt like, well, if I stay on top of you, maybe I can protect you. You know?
Oh, he was an idiot.
What? I was
But
about to
everything
say
turns
she was with
black
somebody.
during a hurricane. No, but everything turns black, and it's really scary. You hear this whistling sound, this thing being blown around, and at the same time you're waiting for that climax. So
Usually
it's
when
kind of
there's
interesting.
a hurricane, I'm trying to get
that
my
was-
dolly
that was-
on the beach in
That's
the
like
middle
doing
of
it in
it.
the thunder lightning storm.
Well, there was that
Middle of-
too, I'm sure.
In a golf what? In a golf course.
Good
Yeah.
God.
Wait a minute.
Anyways,
did someone just say they did it at a golf course? Okay.
No, I'm saying that's the equivalent.
No, he's saying that's the same thing as doing it in a golf course in the middle of a lightning storm.
Oh, yeah,
With
you're not
with your-
protected. Yeah, right.
That's
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah, that's true. Stupid. It's just stupid. But, I mean, it was worth it at the moment, so. I mean, at that moment, it was good. I would probably do it again.
second.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So we did Logic. Logic, you're next.
It's a toss-up between a cemetery and
What?
a cemetery.
Oh, my
and,
God.
What
this
is
is
wrong
crazy.
with you people?
Right. I'm thinking that, too.
And a runway of an airport.
What? Wow.
Yeah, it's
Hold on.
a private
Okay.
airport.
Was
Forget the
it like
airport.
shut down
It's
there?
a
Oh,
cemetery.
private.
So
Okay.
many questions.
Wow.
First of all, first question, did you not feel bad doing it in a cemetery?
No, they're dead.
But it wasn't on top of a grave. Was it on top of a grave by any chance?
No, it was in my car.
Or a headstone? Or okay.
Oh, in the car.
That's
Okay.
still
But
creepy. Oh,
Okay.
I wouldn't have
But
been able
still,
to do
the
that.
spirit
Not
of
really.
watching.
It's really peaceful at night. It just feels like a
But
park.
obviously-
You can't see anything.
obviously.
Peaceful, my ass. I wouldn't even live next to a
Look,
cemetery.
it's nice and quiet. It's dark.
Well, I wouldn't
you know.
either.
It's
great.
nice and quiet in my bedroom too. Screw that. Not too.
Well,
Okay, well, Logic,
yeah.
well-
and it,
But how
Okay,
did you
now,
get to the runway?
Private runway. Yeah.
For the
yeah.
That was my
yeah.
next question. Runway.
well, there's obviously you have the huge international airport of whatever city you live in, but then there's also smaller private airports, and there was one
Right.
around. And at night it's pretty quiet because it's private pilots. A lot of those pilots, they only fly visually. They don't have instruments, so that at night it's pretty dead. And drove in and went out onto the runway.
So you drove
Wow.
right into the middle of the runway. Did you guys get out and you were actually on the ground on the runway, or you just drove?
No,
to
not
the
on the
middle?
ground, but on top of the car. Or, just different.
Okay,
A lot of
but
different things.
yeah, but the setting was you were at this airport on the runway. Wow.
Oh yeah, open air. It was nice.
Okay, I say we have a vote.
Well,
to
I don't.
vote for
I don't
the best
have any
fantasy.
crazy stories like that. I mean, the craziest I could say was movie theater.
Oh, that's normal.
Head. But
Yeah,
I
that's
was
kind of normal.
sitting. It was a packed theater, so two people. Somebody was on the side of him, and somebody was on the side of me, and I was doing that. And I don't think
Oh,
they
wow.
wanted to turn
Oh,
their head.
that
in.
is interesting.
Oh, packed theater. Huh?
Wow.
Mm.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
well, the thing is,
Not
the
a knob,
thing
huh?
is,
Mhm.
the
Not
thing
a knob in
is,
that
you know,
packed
I was in the mood, and so screw it, whatever. Pretty sure they've seen it.
Wow.
Well, no
before.
pun intended. Screw it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Did you? Okay, I got
Pretty
a question
sure none
about
of them
this.
were
Did
virgins. So what the hell?
But
It wasn't like it was
none of
children
them.
there.
Okay, so I mean, Kai, did you start out with a popcorn surprise, or do you know what the popcorn surprise is at the movies?
I didn't do popcorn
To get things
surprise.
started?
I was just like, hey,
Popcorn surprise.
unzip.
Oh, my God.
This is what I want right now. And he
Oh,
was
you
kind of
went
like,
straight
no, there's
for it.
people here. And I was like, really, pussy? Really? Seriously right now?
Oh, you call me.
No
oh, you
pun
call me.
intended again. No pun intended again.
That's
You
crazy.
could have called him a pussy. So do you guys all know what a popcorn surprise is? Who doesn't know?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you have the bucket of popcorn and you put a hole in it and blah, 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 right?
Yeah, so even in the islands you guys learned that, huh?
Wow.
No, it's common sense. What the hell?
In the islands.
I've never done it and I've never seen it. It's just common sense. You said a popcorn surprise. What the hell else would I think?
Right. You're right.
Lord.
Bingo.
But
right
no,
answer.
I didn't have to do that. Like I said, everybody has, well, there were no children in there, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it before if you're a grown person. So I didn't care. Let me put it that way.
No, but there's three people. But there's 3 people involved. There's one person to his side and one person on. Wait, you said something about one person on his side and one.
If you don't want to see it, continue watching the movie. It was a dark theater. It wasn't like I was shining a light on what I was doing.
Somebody next to you sweating and moaning. You're like, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie here. But
of course, I wasn't obnoxious like that. But I was doing what I was doing.
So he must have
did you make any noise? Right, BJ. Did you make any sound?
I don't remember. Maybe I did, but I didn't purposefully do it. If I did it,
I
don't know.
Purposely.
But it didn't matter to me. Like I said, I was, horny.
Guys are freaky fishy.
Listen, don't let all these people make you feel bad. You did what you did.
I don't feel bad. I
got
did
it
what
in,
I did,
girl.
like you said.
And you missed the movie, but got it in.
I don't even remember what movie we were watching.
I bet you don't.
Well, it might have been a porn.
But
who knows?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't. All right, so now we have some questions that came in. So, first question: If your girlfriend did everything on the first night, would you be worried? And I guess by everything you mean
yes, I would be.
Like
how you get that good? What the hell you on this one?
First of all, that's assuming that she became my girlfriend. You willing to do everything in the first night? There's no way.
Man.
You have nothing to look forward to, right?
I mean, but
nothing
really
you did that for.
Really likes you.
Yeah, you don't feel special. I don't feel special.
She never really liked anyone before me.
So you would do that
or she does it for everybody else.
Yeah, right.
But you don't know that. You're assuming that.
Yeah, but
that she would do it to everybody else.
My thing is, if you have no self-control like that, I can't trust you. You don't know
exactly.
Me. You don't. That's a judgment problem right there. You're just going to decide I'm going to bang this guy and I'm going to do everything under the sun. You don't know me. You may have a really good feeling, but any guy or girl that you meet, it's going to be that. It's going to be a feeling of newness and happiness. It's, come on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what we're talking about here. It's just like this. If you met a guy on the first night, and you casually mention like, "Oh God, Sprint just sent me a message," "Oh, I'll pay your bill for you." You just met this guy. Would you think like, "Oh, this is a husband material right here"?
He's weird. Right.
He's willing to pay your bill, and he doesn't even know you.
I would think that's a sucker and that's a mark. And
yeah, Mark.
whenever I need money, I'm calling him.
And some women would love that too. Like, okay, yeah, you can pay my bills.
Yeah, they'll use them.
They be like, yes,
they'll definitely.
I hit the jackpot. Yeah.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, basically. So okay, I guess. All right, I don't know. Okay, so basically, what they're saying, this is coming from the guys. What they're saying is run. She's a whore. A question for I'm sorry. A question for Char.
You can't be shit. You can't call it shit. You got a question for shit.
I can't get
Thanks
this
a lot.
Oh my God. No. I haven't said the question yet. This is a question just for you, Char. Okay.
Are you okay? Deep breath.
How can I?
Okay. Deep breath.
Hold on. Let me get this out. Char, how can I hurry and heal? How can I hurry up and heal a sore hoo-ha?
A what?
I'm just laughing because why is this directed at Char? Nobody else can answer this.
I wondered the same thing if I heard the rest of the question.
They know how they can hurry up and heal down there because it's sore. So, Char, how do you
wow. Oh, wow. Char, that actor, you that actor, Char?
No, you know what? I get it. I can appreciate the sarcasm, listener. I know what they're saying. They're saying, I must do it so much. It's not them that needs to heal. They're asking because they're saying that I just do it so much that don't I need time for it to heal and kind of snap back or something because I'm just out there and I'm just screwing everything and everybody. Pretty much is what they're saying.
How you just really
she turned to a positive question.
They're asking you a question. Good
No,
God.
that's what it sounds like. I truly don't believe that question is directed for that person. I mean, it's directed to me, but it's for them. It's not for her. It's for me. She's being sarcastic. I hope she's listening because if she's not, correct me. And then I'll give you an answer if I have one. How would I know?
I mean, I guess it came in, so I guess they're listening.
She came at you.
No, that's what I said. She came
man.
for me, right? She went there. She came from, don't come for me. Don't come for me. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, if you really seriously have that question, go get yourself some Epsom salt, girl. Just sit down, okay? Sit down somewhere and close your legs.
Get some what?
Seriously? Doesn't that
Get some Epsom salt. Epsom salt. No, it's very gentle. No, it's very gentle. It's meant for a bath, so of course it's not going to burn. It's meant for soaking your entire body or your legs.
Actually, for a swollen or sore cooch, what you do is cold compress with a washcloth. That's what you do.
Whoa, thanks, Dr. Logic.
The guy who doesn't have any sexual fantasies because, you know, he plays them all out. That's who you should have been asking.
He just wanted to tie you up.
Oh, my God. I'm just... Okay, all right. You know what? Just to be fair, before, you know, my sexual fantasy was a threesome, you know, with 2 or 3 girls. You know, so, yeah.
Good God.
That was why.
Aren't we a little greedy? Oh, my goodness. What? I mean, aren't we a little greedy? 2 or... No,
it's not greedy.
Yeah, greedy.
No. Wait, hold on. When you're in that kind of situation, it's not a sprint. It's an endurance race. You take your time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's not a rush to get to the finish line. So it's no greed involved.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
I'm just not picturing like what would you do with 3?
You can't. You're a female.
He just said take your time. Take your time and just preach with each one, or maybe they do it at the same time.
You can easily, as a man, mess with 2. The third is for support. You know, support for her, support for you, whatever the case may be. They're the revolver that goes around and makes sure everybody.
It takes the pressure off the guy.
Everybody is, you know, she's the fluffer. She's the fluffer, Logic.
Then they swap out, so they all get a time where they have their, you know, attention.
Yep.
Wow.
So so
I don't need
the third girl.
I don't need Logic's mind. I would be worse than I am now. Good Lord.
Why?
Yeah.
Just the scenario you just came up with? Lord.
It's disturbing to you?
Not disturbing. If I had that kind of mind, the only thing I could do after that is just be in porn.
What?
Nothing else.
You said you wanted 2 guys. You said you wanted 2 guys.
Yeah, I think you're well on the road.
Yeah,
she
did say that. At the movies, mind you.
Yeah.
In public. Oh, well.
I'm just saying, if I had his mind, then that would be the only way I can go, the only entrepreneur way I could go. Good Lord. Anyways, so Char said Epsom salt, Logic said cold compress. My husband demands sex every night, so much that it has become a chore now. What should I do?
Are you married?
What's become a chore?
Hold on. Are they married?
He wants to have
my husband demands sex every night, so much so that it has become a chore. What should I do? I don't know how this is a question.
Okay, if he was that way before you got married, why change?
No, listen, it doesn't matter.
That's what he signed up for. Maybe.
If he's not being reasonable, like if you have kids and a job and you're both working in, you know, it's inevitable that there's going to be days that you're tired. Just like some women need to understand, when it comes to sex, the man is the predominant performer. Like you're just pretty much just taking it at that, you know, most of the time. So when your man comes home tired, he doesn't even want it. That's a lot for a dude because there's a lot of things we have to be in tuned mentally to perform properly. So if you're tired, it's a moot point. You can't. It's going to be bad, especially if you try to force the situation.
So in essence, listeners, what Logic is saying is, go ahead.
I was going to say, a listener just pointed out, you've obviously never done it with Char, so.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I digress.
Poor guy, he missed out on that one.
If he's not being reasonable with her and she's legitimately tired or whatever, then you have to sit down and have a conversation with your dude and tell him to grow up. And plus, there's other things. Like, for men and women,
intimacy,
like if you're horny,
so many ways.
If you're horny and they are tired or whatever, there's times that you could just help yourself, but just, get them to give you some moral support or, a little bit of extra something, you know what I mean, just to carry you along. That way you get what you need, plus, they feel like they're involved in some way. And that
Are you saying
help.
for her to just turn over, Logic? Is that what you mean, just turn over, let him do his business? Is that what you're saying?
No, he was talking about masturbation.
You said help yourself.
Masturbation.
You're a grown woman, are you not? How did you not gather what I was saying?
Yourself. No, help yourself. But you know what help yourself sounds like, too?
You got to spell it out to her. You got to spell it out to her.
Help yourself.
Yeah.
You got to spell it out to her,
mama.
Yeah,
help yourself,
not
help yourself.
Sugar mama.
Yeah, sugar mama.
Wow.
Please.
Char has a completely different mindset than the rest of the world.
I mean, she said, no, but listen to how amazing and funny this is. He said, help yourself. Like, just, there's a smorgasbord right there. Just tell her to turn over and just take it. Help yourself. She didn't have to do very much. Like you said, you really don't.
None of us.
Really pretty, it's on the receiving end.
Did you think that's what he meant?
No, I didn't. Masturbation.
I didn't think that's what he meant either. So it's just you, Char. Just you.
Help yourself, ladies. Let him help himself. To the smorgasbord while you just lie there just let him do his business, and it'll be over before you know it.
I didn't consider what Logic is saying because my whole thing was I don't understand why she's even saying this. Every night is good for me, but. I guess, there are people who are tired and stressed out, and everybody's different,
Yeah, I mean, if she's on her feet all day and she's like, it's like a nurse or something like that, she's walking around dealing with people all day long, the boss has been in your face about something stupid, you come home, you're not in the mood, and then your kids are getting on your nerves.
Hurt.
They know what they know what they're supposed to be doing, and they're not doing it, and then here comes this guy like, so you going to sleep already? If you don't get out of my face. Not today.
Plus, he probably wanted you to make dinner first.
All right, you take the floor, Char. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm agreeing with what you're saying, but I'm thinking of all the scenarios. What you're saying has a lot of scenarios behind it. So, no, what you're saying has a lot of scenarios behind it. She could have had to stop to make dinner first. Her feet could be hurting from working as a nurse.
This is what my daughter is turning into.
Great point, Char.
Then this goon comes and says, "Hey, I want some."
It's just never going away.
That cannot tell me that you don't agree with that.
My daughter is 10, and this is how my daughter is. It's never gonna stop. Oh my God.
You're gonna thank her when she grows up. Believe me.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Anyways, next question. What's the best sex advice that you wish you knew when you started having sex? So I guess consolidate it. What's the best sex advice you wish you knew when you were a virgin, like right before you started having sex? I guess.
A virgin?
Ooh.
Yes, you were about to pop the cherry or whatever you want to call it.
I don't know. My dad. No, I don't know. My dad gave me advice.
You know what?
You said your dad gave you advice?
When I was, the birds and the bees talk, the father son talk. He gave me my brothers. He said, you know what, Bernie? Just always make sure the woman is pleasured. I was like, what? Well, all right, whatever.
Creepy much?
And that was the worst one, but I learned that. That's the worst advice, Dad. What about me?
I never got advice. Go ahead, Logic.
I wish I knew that before I had sex, that sex will drastically change the relationship. Drastically.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it
what
would
do you
change
mean?
it, but I didn't. What do you mean? What do I mean? What do you, if you... for guys, sometimes I don't want to say for guys, but some things that you can come across is that if sex is good, then sometimes if that person is deceptive by nature, then they will compound the lie of who they are in order to keep that good sex coming. So you won't really get to know who that person is because you've taken the pressure off of the relationship by giving them this good sex. So if you don't,
I didn't think of that. Wow.
If you don't, and you force this person to continue to try to hold up this facade because they're obviously going to be sexually frustrated because they find you attractive, it's a better chance of you finding out who this person really is. Now, if they're on the level, then, it's not going to change because they're there genuinely because they like you or whatever, or they have good intentions as far as what they want out of the relationship. But if they're after something or if they are just enamored by the physical things that you do, they're going to lie. And it's going to be harder for you to find that out until it's all said and done.
That's good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't have advice. I learned everything that I did or knew from porn. So that was my.
Damn.
We're talking
graduate?
about what you wish you knew, right? So what did you wish you knew?
Yeah, it wasn't for porn.
What did I wish I knew?
Not what you've learned and all. What did you before?
Pretend.
You said. Yeah.
Pretend that I had. I don't know how to explain it. I had all these ideas from watching porn, but pretend like I didn't have all those ideas, and I was just like, "What is that? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
God.
Maybe you were just a little bit too you were not green coming into where you could really appreciate and how it develops into whatever.
I was completely green, but because I have an adventurous spirit, and again, that was my tutorial. I went to school, I watched that. It wasn't believed that this was my first time. So it became a conversation, and if anybody knows me, I don't like arguments or talking a lot. So it was very annoying to me. So, yeah. So if that was just my thing, would be to downplay it and pretend like I didn't know what was happening.
So you was practicing faking. Okay. Faking the nation.
I mean, to avoid that, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's the other thing. Just in general, not even the first time, but in general, if I had advice, the best advice I would give is don't fake it. Just be real and just be out. Don't fake it.
Well, my advice would be
to not hurt the person's feelings. But then
just be honest. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I would have told myself, Char, just before you give this good stuff away, just make sure you know this person really well and like him because, there's a lot of stalkers out there, and, once they get it, they don't know how to leave because, they just become very needy. And so really know who you're with and know that you're going to be okay with that person being maybe around for a minute opposed to not because look what happens. So that would be my advice to myself.
Real quick, we only have 90 seconds left, and oh my God, we got through all the questions. Last question. What is the best sex advice for teenage girls? Don't do it. You're a teenage girl. Focus on school. That's the best advice I can give you. Wait till you're married.
I gave that advice a year ago, too. That's what I said. No, a year ago I said wait. I said I just date casually means you don't have sex as a teenager. You wait until you get through school.
That's not what you said.
In your studies. I did.
You said don't get married. Just play the field. That's what you said. Even we had listeners calling in to yell at you.
No, I felt but I said stay in school, focus on your studies, and just date casually means no sex. I did say that, and you guys were like, that's impossible. All these kids will have sex, and they remember that. And the teacher came on they have sex. You can't say that. And I was like, no, I believe they don't have to. Abstinence does work. That was my statement to America. So.
Anyway, that's it for our show today. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you learned something and unlearned some other things. We'll see you next week right here on No Conduct Radio. Peace out, everyone.
And then keep your hands off your pants to all the men out there.
No Conduct Radio, where you'll hear stuff that you don't hear on the show, and you'll see new shows that's coming up soon. No Conduct Radio on YouTube. Peace.
Have a great week. Bye-bye.